Very, very, very good evening from Finland to everybody. And lovely to see you all. And if there are anyone who has not yet in the meditations and have you not heard the good luck wishes for the new year. So again, wonderful coming year for everybody. And maybe may we be very successful in the work. Thus, it's going to close our rehearsal time. We have only 2 years to go to the 25, and next year, 24 in November, Pluto is moving into Aquarius. So all of that time for us is still like the time of rehearsal. And we all should be very aware already about our duties. So now this is the meditation written by Master DK. And now I'm sorry, I have a wrong PowerPoint here. Let me just change it. Just a second. Now we have the correct one because I was adding something here. Okay. So let us just think about this meditation. This is written by Master DK and about glamour, what glamour is for us. Just a few little points what he is saying. Among many other things. This is from the Dina 1 from page 357. There are 2 points of incipient glamour, faintly misty traces, which must be watched with care, lest they form a thickening cloud between you and the sun. I specify them not lest in so doing I precipitate the cloud. And this is very important for us. Glamour is not dispelled by paying close attention to it. It disappears by the power of clear and steadfast meditation and the freeing of oneself from self-attention. Can you grasp the significance of that paradoxical phrase? I but indicate a vague mirage which need never cause you trouble, provided you seek not self-recognition and that you love with pure purpose all those you meet. It sounds very simple. This advice is for us, but I think there is a lot of food for us to think. These simple advices. Again, let us remind ourselves that the responsibility laid upon the new group of world servers at this time is to rend the veils of Maya, as did the Christ and the Lord Buddha. But now it is a group responsibility. This dissipation of glamour meditation is part of this great work laid upon the new group of world servers. I have been adding also this, if you want, those who are more familiar to work with mudras, we can use during this meditation also the mudra of Abhaya, which is the mudra of fearlessness, and it's also the mudra which can be saying that it is a walking mudra, manifesting the work upon earth, the mudra by the Buddha. And also today we will work with the glamour hatred of light by using authority. When we think about some of the causes in humanity, there is so much innate heritage patterns in our etheric field and in our etheric body, which has this natural, which sounds crazy, but it is very true, like natural attitude towards the light in the elemental life, that it is fear and hatred to that. And that's why all disciples has to become very clear and aware of that part in our etheric body, and that is also thus in the aura of humanity. So we will work with this like specific part of the hatred, which is the hatred towards the light and using authority upon that. Of course, it is very unconscious in humanity, but that's why it is dangerous, everything which is not seen and not being aware of. What does that mean? When we think about the earlier solar system, it had its own patterns, and the pattern was towards working towards matter. But now that is old way of doing, and this heritage substance, which is coming from earlier solar system, and they are all these 18 subplanes. And these are the planes that humanity should be for help, for hierarchy, to transform all of these old ways of doing and old ways, old patterns. And that is in our etheric field as well. This kind of, if we think practically, that how we can see by the attitude in people when there is something related, for instance, solving problems, but then these old patterns are just stuck into those old ways of doing, which is a kind of fear for the new, fear for changes, for better changes. As Tibetan says that there is the, how he said, the heritage of misery, that we, the habits of misery. So we just continue those ways, what is just creating more and more misery. So we can think about that, what is this real hatred behind things. Okay, let us start our meditation. And so we can start with that we align with our triangles, triangle work. And with a global network of golden triangles, which is the future way of working. Aligning with the network of forces of enlightenment. The preparatory stages. We are now going to name the group members, and followed by 2 minutes of silence. And when you hear the name of your sister and the brother, so hold them dear in your heart and in your mind. Michael, Greg, Anna, Anne, Annette, Barbara, Carl, Catherine, Christopher, Diana, Ellen, Jeff, Anna, Joanne, Kirsten, Marianne, Maureen, Oppo, Vivienne, Yvonne, Joel, Zenet, and Tuija. 2 minutes of silence. The protective formula. We are going to sound these affirmations and making at the same time the cross of divinity. And we do the cross from forehead to the heart, from left eye to the right eye. So let us touch our forehead and say, as a soul I work in light, heart, and darkness cannot touch me. Left eye. I take my stand within the light. Right eye. I work and from that point I never move. The group has now the cross of divinity shining forth in front of every member. The three preparatory stages. Focus the dual light of matter, of etheric physical, and mind of mental, light in the chitta. Two, meditate on soul contact. Visualize and recognize the soul light. 'See the scent of the light upon the mental plane. 3. See the fusion of these two lesser lights with soul light, the light of reason in the mental body. 'Let us say affirmation. The light is one, and in that light shall we see light. This is the light that turns the darkness into day. The formula. Visualize the great searchlight, which is fusion of these two lesser lights with soul light, which we now have created, and turn its light upon the astral plane. And then again we say together, radiance are we and power. We stand forever with our hands stretched out, linking the heavens and the earth, the inner world of meaning and the subtle world of glamour. We reach into the light and bring it down to meet the need. We reach into the silent place and bring from thence the gift of understanding. Thus with the light we work and turn the darkness into day. Now we use the weapon of light. Turn towards the center where the will of God is known. Invoke spiritual will by using the Antakarana. Sense the living interplay between the sacrifice petals, synthesis petals, atmic plane of spiritual will, and with monad. In your consciousness, be aware of your highest aspect of your being. And we pause a moment. Use the beam we have now generated. And say, with power upon its beam, the light is focused on the goal. The clamor to be dissipated today is hatred of light by using authority. But if this concept is taking too much your mental um, wandering, so just use hatred. So we focus upon that clamor, hatred of light by using authority, and we throw the light upon the clamor. Visualizing the light penetrating into the clamor and thus producing its weakening and dissipation. When the words of power are uttered to transform, and we say, the power of our united light prevents the appearance of the clamor of hatred of light by using authority. And we say, the power of our united light negates the quality of the clamor from affecting humanity. And we say, the power of our united light destroys the life behind the clamor of hatred of light by using authority. If you want, you can have now take the mudra of Abhaya while we are going to work for dissipating the clamor of hatred of light by using authority. And we realize that this clamor, this vast overshadowing vampire through which the Black Lord works, leading millions into hatred, separation, and against the law of love. Also leading humanity to confusion, through which Black Lord is always able to work. Vitiating human living and all hierarchical planning against right human relations, unity, and loving cooperation. Visualize the group standing within the will, the protective cross of divinity shining forth through the group. Visualizing the light, searchlight of dual light with the soul light, penetrating into the clamor of hatred of light by using authority. And we are going to have now 5 minutes of silence. The silence producing the weakening and dissipation of the glamour. And now 5 minutes of silence. See now the glamour of a hatred of light has now weakened and dissipated. Realize the intensity of purpose has deepened whilst the work was seen proceeding. And let us sound the great invocation. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of men. Let light descend on earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of men. May Christ return to earth. From the center, where the will of God is known, let purpose guide the little wills of men, the purpose which the masters know and serve. From the center, which we call the race of men, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it seal the door where evil dwells. Let light and love and power restore the plan on earth. Let us now turn away our attention from the astral plane. Refocus back upon the mental plane. The searchlight of the soul is shut off. Also, group searchlight. Visualize the clarity in thinking in the group, in the world. And let us sound all long Om, silent Om. Let us visualize the work had been done in all of the three planes, and it has been successful. And the group is ready to move towards the next task. Om. Thank you, dear friends. Thank you very much. And we see you again. Tomorrow we have the secret doctrine at 8 p.m. GMT. So lots of love and let us continue good work.